not just, Tim has pointed to a couple of very particular things. I continue to say that what's clear is that Mueller is looking at if there is a criminal conspiracy between the Trump campaign, including or not including Donald Trump, and Russia. It is a thing that has deep roots. It is not a thing that started 2 years ago, 18 months ago. It's a thing that stretches back potentially decades. There now is plenty of literature on this, tying Trump to money laundering in the Russian mob, which is actually the state in Russia, and in particular in the period when Michael Cohen was Trump's brand ambassador and international business development chief, running around the globe, including to Russia a lot. Cohen has specific things in the specific time frame we care about. He also has an enormous amount of context about the financial business intermingling of Donald Trump and dirty Russian money. And I think if you're Bob Mueller in the Southern District, if you're anybody who cares about Donald Trump and Russia, Michael Cohen knows a lot.
And you knew him in those days. Let me just get you in on this, Rev.
I think that, when I had breakfast with Cohen at his request 3 or 4 weeks ago, I think he was sending the signal then almost as his last thing. Look, I'm standing with the country, tells me I'm going to do what's right for my family, knowing he was going to go public. I think he was saying then to Trump and them, you better cut me a deal now because I'm getting ready to go. Because that's one of the last times we've heard anything from Cohen is when he did Stephanopoulos off camera, when he had breakfast with me, one or two others, and then boom. And I think that is the thing I'd be concerned about if I was Trump, is that they would not be making a deal with him, assuming they are, and it looks like they are, if he was not giving them something to make a deal about.
Correct. You have to have
because they would have already said to him, well, what you're giving us is not worthy of making a deal. And they would have moved ahead and prosecuted him.
Right.
They've not indicted him. We're not hearing a leak of an indictment coming. All signs look toward the footsteps are walking through the White House, Mr. Trump.
You know what they say, the last step before witness protection is always a visit with Reverend Allen.
Oh, well,
Absolutely.
there you have it. I'm going to write that down. Joyce Vance, thank you for spending so much of this hour with us. When we come back, Kellyanne Conway is calling it kind of weird. Wait until you hear what she's talking about. You might disagree.
I'm Ray, and I quit smoking with Chantix. I tried to quit smoking for years on my own. I couldn't do it. I needed help. For me, Chantix worked. It did.
Chantix, along with support, helps you quit smoking.
Chantix, without a doubt, reduced my urge to smoke.
When you try to quit smoking, with or without Chantix, you may have nicotine withdrawal symptoms. Some people had changes in behavior or thinking, aggression, hostility, agitation, depressed mood, or suicidal thoughts or actions with Chantix. Serious side effects may include seizures, new or worse heart or blood vessel problems, sleepwalking, or allergic and skin reactions, which can be life-threatening. Stop Chantix and get help right away if you have any of these. Tell your healthcare provider if you've had depression or other mental health problems. Decrease alcohol use while taking Chantix. Use caution when driving or operating machinery. The most common side effect is nausea.
I don't think about cigarettes anymore.
Talk to your doctor about Chantix.
The service at Pet Meds was wonderful. I could tell I was dealing with people who really loved animals.
At 1-800-PET-MEDS, we're committed to great customer service and great savings on the same medications your vet sells. So, call or visit 1-800-PETMEDS.com today.
Your paycheck. Your family depends on it. But if something happened to you, you need life insurance. And chances are SelectQuote can get it for you for under $1 a day. SelectQuote found Michael, 38, a $500,000 policy for under $23 a month. SelectQuote found Anna, 37, a $750,000 policy for under $23 a month. SelectQuote's secret? They comparison shop a select group of great companies like these for your best rate. Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford. Since 1985, SelectQuote has saved over 1 million families millions of dollars on life insurance.
Call now. 1-800-772-8300. That's 1-800-772-8300. Or go to SelectQuote.com.
Discover what over 1 million families know. We shop, you save.
I've been making blades here at Gillette for 20 years. There's a lot of innovation that goes into making America's #1 shave. Precision machinery and high-quality materials from around the world. Nobody else even comes close. Now starting at $7.99. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Spectrum Internet delivers faster download speeds and better performance. Our fiber-rich network connects hundreds of millions of devices. Now there's Spectrum Internet Ultra with 400 megabits per second and Spectrum Internet Gig with speeds up to 940 megabits per second, delivering the bandwidth you need for online gaming, streaming video, and more for multiple users all at the same time. Upgrade your speed today for as little as $20 more a month. Spectrum Internet.
Do you love to create? Do you like innovation? Do you like being a part of something bigger? The Ohio Media School has been training professionals for over 30 years with specialization in areas of television, radio, and broadcasting, behind and in front of the camera. This is your opportunity to grow, to be a part of something bigger. Financial aid is available for those who qualify, so call us now at 216-503-5900 or text 33239.
Why is everybody so obsessed with the President of the United States that they can't even begin or finish a sentence without mentioning his name 5 times? It's kind of weird, and it's infecting people on the news now who fancy themselves security experts.
That was Counselor to the President, Kellyanne Conway, pondering why people want to talk about the president. Want is a strong word. I think the most interesting thing about Kellyanne is a Washington Post report about her marriage that was out this week in the Post. So this is from the piece. Washington Post, she works for Trump. He can't stand him. This is Life with Kellyanne and George Conway. They report, here at the Conways, it's a house divided. She is Trump's loyal advisor, the woman who carried him over the finish line to the White House. He is one of the president's most notable conservative critics and wishes he had never introduced his wife to Trump in the first place. Now, I disagree with my mom and dad, Donna Edwards, about Donald Trump, but I do not live in their home or their time zone. I cannot imagine this fight in this marriage. I'm sure they make it work, but it's stunning to me to read. And they invited, we should say, they invited the Washington Post in. This was a planned piece that they collaborated with the Washington Post, a story they wanted to tell, I'm guessing.
And then they're angry that it was told, or at least she is. I feel like I'm on an episode of that old show, Can This Marriage Be Saved? I mean, we spent time, sort of looking at Kellyanne Conway, and we've got, George Conway trolling the president, Melania Trump with her Be Best campaign, which I think is also trolling the president. And it seems that there's nothing in this White House that really is off limits, and that is part of their creation and their fault. It's not because we're asking for it.
And I should point out, nothing in the report that suggests there's anything awry in Kellyanne and George Conway's marriage. They just disagree about Donald Trump.
Quite the contrary. I allow me for a moment to be the most cynical person in the room. You are Kellyanne Conway and George Conway. You may or may not have legitimate differences about the President of the United States. Who knows? But let's say you do.
Yeah.
You are contemplating your future. You may, at some point, there will not be a Donald Trump presidency. At some point, you might want to leave the White House if you're Kellyanne Conway. Let me think about what's the way in which I would maximize my revenue, my net worth. And I'm looking for models. James Carville, Mary Madeline, that's worked pretty well for those guys. Oh, gosh. And James and Mary, I love them both. They're both friends of mine. And she's genuinely conservative, he's genuinely liberal. But they have made an industry out of their the oddness of their marriage, and that she hated Bill Clinton and he loved Bill Clinton, and et cetera, throughout the George Bush, W. Bush period throughout. Those guys, I will be cynical enough to say that it strikes me as wholly plausible that the story which they invited was the first launch of the cable show that they want to host, where they go after each other about 6 years from now.
Right. The older I get, the less I know about marriage and politics. So
in support of John's very cynical theory is that she goes on this little tirade about George and then says, oh, it was off the record, right? Knowing that was not going to be off the record. And the reporter says, no, we didn't establish that.
She's an experienced press person. So,
I mean, clearly they had all of this where they wanted to do this.
All right, we have to sneak in our last break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
To stay successful in business, you've got to navigate a lot of moving parts. On your business, we've got your back with expert advice on topics from getting funding to creating eye-catching marketing. And each week, we'll focus on ideas for growing your business, bringing all the moving parts together. Join me weekend mornings at 7:30 on MSNBC, or connect with us anytime on all your devices.
Sponsored by the powerful backing of American Express. Don't do business without it.
Align
line between work and life hasn't just blurred. It's gone. That's why you need someone behind you. Not just a card, an entire support system. Whether visiting the airport lounge to catch up on what's really important, or even using those hard-earned points to squeeze in a little family time. No one has your back like American Express. So no matter where you're going, we're right there with you. The powerful backing of American Express. Don't do business without it. Don't live life without it.
George woke up in pain, but he has plans today. So he took a leave. If he'd taken Tylenol, he'd be stopping for more pills right now. Only Aleve has the strength to stop tough pain for up to 12 hours with just one pill. Aleve, all day strong.
Hey, renovators. Time to dream bigger. Wayfair, you're my new secret weapon. You got what I need for my renovation. I love all these options, so much to choose from. Bedrooms and basements, even my kitchen, your service is sweet. And my job is complete. Wayfair, start your renovation at wayfair.com.
Quick question. Do you want the same tools and seamless experience across web and tablet? Yes? Great. Then you're ready for Power E-Trade, the platform price and service that gives you the edge you need. Sweet. E-Trade, the original place to invest online.
So you have your headphones, chair, and your laptop, 24/7 tech support.
Yep, thanks guys. I think he might need some support.
Yes.
Start them off right with the school supplies they need at low prices all summer long. Like these for only 25 cents at Office Depot Office Max.
Okay, we need to get all your school supplies today.
School, grade, done.
Done.
Hit the snooze button and get low prices on school supplies all summer long. Like these for only 25 cents at Office Depot Office Max.
A hotel can make or break a trip. And at Expedia, we don't think you should be rushed into booking one. That's why we created Expedia's Add-on Advantage. Now after booking your flight, you unlock discounts on select hotels, right until the day you leave. Add-on Advantage. Discounted hotel rates when you add on to your trip. Only when you book with Expedia.
It's time to actually act on my threat to broadcast the commercials. Next week, I'm going to try it. All right, my thanks to Donna Everidge, John Heilman, the Rev L. Sharpton, and Tim O'Brien. Thank you for putting up with our merry band. That does it for this hour. I'm Nicole Wallace. MTV Daily starts right now with the fabulous Katie Tur, who has much better command and control of her table than I do of mine.
That is not true.
Yes,
I've got Don Podhoretz today. And
oh, no
one can control that.
The sweater clap fedoras. You never can see him coming.
Nicole Wallace, thank you very much. And if it's Friday, we're bouncing around the room. Tonight, clearance liquidation. The erratic new promises from the president on revoking security clearances that even Trump loyalists are questioning.
You just have to ask yourself, is it too partisan?
Plus, why the judge in the Manafort case says he fears for his safety and the safety of the jury. And reigning over his parade. The president loses a fight for a grand military parade, but is somehow still declaring victory. This is MTP Daily, and it starts right now. Good evening, I'm Katie Tur in New York, in for Chuck Todd, and welcome to MTP Daily. We begin tonight with Russia because the president today is not backing down after retaliating against a whole range of officials tied to the Russia investigation by revoking or threatening to revoke their security clearances. While speaking to reporters at the White House, he vowed more retaliation, this time singling out a current Justice Department official tied to the investigation. He also said he wants other officials who are, yes, tied to the investigation, to be investigated. He attacked, yes, the Russia investigation for putting his campaign chief, Paul Manafort, on trial. And he called for a criminal investigation into his political enemies based on his own conspiracy theories about, yes, the Russia investigation. You might call all of that a dark day for the presidency, or you might just call it Friday. Here's the president vowing to strip a sitting Justice Department official of his security clearance.
I think Brazil is a disgrace.